What's going on, reefers? Happy Wednesday. Oh, how you doing, buddy?
I am good, man. I am good.
You're looking rather fancy today.
Yes, just got back from a date night with the wife,
Ooh,
and
nice.
literally just walked in. It has been hot, Dev. It's been hot. Yeah, you're looking spliffy yourself.
Thanks. A little extra fancy for the office today. Josh, Alyssa, Mandarin Gobi, Reefkeeper, Phil, EIY, Kumar, that white
What's up?
KF. What's going on, guys? Both wearing colored shirts. I know we're both fancy today. Even wore a watch today. I'm like extra fancy.
I try
Yeah.
to look fancy sometimes.
Yeah, you know, once in a while you gotta bust it out. So, you were just at Reef-A-Palooza. Was there anything new and fun there?
Hey, let me tell you something. Do you remember there was a guy, New York Stilo?
Yes.
Met him for the first time.
Oh, nice.
I know,
It's
local
like
guy.
old school.
Old school.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw him. I didn't, I was looking. He looks familiar, but the minute he spoke, because it's weird how we know each other sometimes by voice, right?
Yep.
As soon as he spoke, I was like, I know you.
I
You're
recognize
Stilo.
that voice.
You're Stilo. So, yes, was happy to meet Stilo, meet a ton of people. Man, I looked at my phone. I did not take many photos.
That happens.
But I was working at the Serious Reef booth with Ryan Batchelor, trying to get more people to sign up for Serious Reef. So that was fun.
Yeah.
We were giving away money.
Nice.
Yes, we were absolutely giving away money. So you signed up, you got a key. If the key opened the lock, then you got a chance to spin a wheel and win cash.
So how many people won money?
Probably we gave away thousands of dollars. Let's just say that.
That's pretty
Thousands of dollars, yes.
cool. Yeah, that's
Thousands
awesome.
of dollars, yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you know anyone that won, or just all random?
Oh, I knew people that won. The first guy that won was my friend. I said, "Hey, you should come over, sign up and try." And he did, and I think he won $75.
Oh, sweet. That's all right. Was it like random denominations of like?
No, it was like he won 25 and a free spin, then another 25 and a free spin, and then 25.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's a good. Cool. That's a good gig. Sounds fun.
It was a good gig. It was fun. The show was fun.
Nice.
The show was vibrant. That's all Reef-A-Palooza was. In terms of equipment and launch, there was not anything new per se. For those, I think the AquaWiz was there, but of course I have an AquaWiz, so it wasn't a new device to me. There is a new blue color. You have an AquaWiz, right?
Yep. I saw the photo of a blue color, and I wasn't sure if it was like a new model or something, or if it was just a different design.
The blue, I think he said is V3. Not sure what was, but yeah.
Did anything change on it?
I don't know. I tried to stop really trying to understand how some of these things work. I think it just breaks my brain. I just know that it works.
Fair enough.
And I've been doing it, and I'm ready to give it rave reviews because I've had it for months now, and it's worked well.
Nice.
So
I have shamelessly not recalibrated mine since my initial install, so I know the number's off, but it's still good for trends.
Mine too. I've been running it now for, I have something, it's been like almost 70, 80 days without calibration, and still, yes.
It's a deviant from the Trident, though, so I don't know which one's correct. One of these days I'll
at one point, there was a point where I had 5 or 6 ALK testers. I had the Alcatronic, the Coral View IV, the KH Carer, the Trident, and then the AquaWiz 5. And while they were never the same, and I was taking Saltwater test kits, and I was also doing my HANA. And while they were never the same, but when you put them on a graph, and I have a graph somewhere, they generally plotted in the same. You could see there was a correlation trend. So one, the lowest one was 7, the highest one was 9 something, but they went up and down together. So
nice.
Yeah,
no, I would agree. It's all the similar trends, whether it's drifting high or low. It's, the trend lines are what matter the most, to be honest.
Agreed.
Yep.
Agreed.
Did you get your Game of Thrones aquascape?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I saw a photo that Greg posted.
Oh my gosh, dude, it was so much better in person. So
Really?
I don't have it home now
Oh,
because I was taking the bus home. So I
sure.
let my LFS take it
Hmm.
home. Next thing I know, there's a picture on Instagram. I'm being tagged in a picture on Instagram like, hey, thank you, Chandler Rocks, for this great aquascape.
Yep.
So my LFS posted it. Um, oh my gosh, dude, that thing was awesome. Do you see it?
It looks pretty cool.
I know. Chandler Rock, man, I got to shout out to Chandler Rocks. Um,
Yeah, it's some impressive
Amazing.
detail. Like, who knows how long that detail will last till it's grown
I know.
over, but it looks
So
pretty
so
cool.
I actually changed how I'm gonna do it because I don't think I, I think now I wanna put encrusting corals on it because I don't want to hide any detail. So
Hmm.
now yes, that's the Iron Throne.
You could do like the low encrusters, like jack-o'-lantern,
Yes.
and stuff like that. I would
Yeah.
do like pick like jack-o'-lantern or something and like make the throne like orange and take like the face, take like the green one, whatever it's called, and put over that and do like different colors for you'll lose some detail, but it's look pretty cool.
Yep. So there it is also. You can see, yep, that's the Iron Throne.
Yeah.
And then there is the, oh my gosh. Oh,
Is it on
terrible.
their website?
They should be if it's not, right?
What's their website? I'll
Um,
just pull it up if I can.
I don't think it's on their website, but
Okay.
what I will do
Text me that, or
is, isn't there a way you can share
maybe.
copy link?
But either way, looks pretty cool. Dun, dun,
There is the
dun.
Instagram link. I think I can post links, right? Oh yeah, I can post links. There is the Instagram link. Yes. There you go.
Okay, let
Yep.
me save it. And I'll just overlay it on the stream to make it easy. Man, I hate that web
I know.
key thing that they do. So just doing a normal photo. Screenshot it. That is pretty detailed.
I know, right?
Okay, there. Desktop.
I know.
Right.
We can't see it on the phone, Elisa. I'm sorry.
Now you
Look
can.
at that. Yes. So that's the Iron Throne. And then there is the what do you call it? The Night King on the left.
Yeah.
And then do you see the dragon skull on the right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I know.
You're totally going to lose details covering coral. But if you do, I would just do like those really low encrusters that just slowly wrap around it. So you still have
Yeah.
like the definition of the areas. That's pretty cool.
Yes. I know. So Chandler Rocks, thank you.
No,
Yes. He did 1,000 swords. Yeah, a guy does great aquascape. Yes.
that's super cool. I wonder if he just like glued and like built it out of like sand or rock, or if he like 3D printed something and then covered it, or I wonder how he made that.
I should have asked, but I was too excited.
That's fair enough. Either way, I like it. You could totally 3D print something and like drizzle it in super glue and roll it in sand and probably do like some funky stuff.
Yep.
Wheels are turning.
Yep. Chandler Rocks does good aquascapes. He did one for someone I know on Long Island with the guy wanted something with Disney. Oh, he has, yeah, it is. He's very good with it.
Nice.
I also saw they call themselves the Reef Bros,
Yeah.
which are like Scooby-Doo, Bay Area Reef, and Holla at Your Reef Boy, and all those.
Mm-hmm.
They were there. Bay Area Reef actually has company. I think he has a partner where they do like 3D print. I wouldn't say it's 3D printed stuff because it's not 3D printed stuff. But one of the things he released was a filter roller for the Hello Reef.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It is. So yeah, really cool. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Um,
No, that's pretty cool.
yeah, Bay Area Reef.
Okay, just Mandarin Go before this scrolls away. Do corals release oxygen during the day, but at night they absorb oxygen in an aquarium, just like freshwater? Kind of, sort of, yeah. They will absorb CO2 and oxygen throughout the day, and at nighttime they more just release CO2 when they're not photosynthesizing. So it's similar.
Mandarin Gobi has a question for me. What type of coral that are easy and grow quickly in a saltwater aquarium? I want to try it in my aquarium. My top 3 easy to grow would be pulsing xenia, GSP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Green star polyp, and my third would be, gosh, zoas. I was going to say Kenya tree, but my gosh, I think Kenya tree is easy. It's
Yeah.
just when it gets bigger, ooh, that's a nice view. When it gets bigger, it can be problematic. So
I
it
can't see the
is
tank.
GSP,
Mm-hmm.
um, pulsing xenia, and probably zoas.
For easy, GSP, Paulson, Xenia, and Zoas. Yeah. I still one day want to do a Paulson Xenia tank just for fun. Zoas is probably, in mushrooms, I'd say probably the easiest. Paulson Xenia, some tanks it thrives in and some tanks it doesn't do well in, which is random.
Isn't it crazy how when we were new to reefing or young in reefing, we grew that thing like weeds, and it's almost like when you got more experience you can't grow it. You ever notice that? Like
I
now that
haven't
I'm
tried in
trying
so
to
long.
grow it, now that I'm trying to grow it, Sabella Fella has this beautiful blue xenia with like huge stalks and huge mouth, and he's given it to me a couple of times and I cannot grow it.
I mean, it's a trade-off because some tanks it takes over.
Yep. Alisa says neon green tree doesn't spread as a regular Kenya tree. Yeah, any
Is,
kind of leather,
is
Sinularia.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's green singulaire is the same thing, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
the only thing to note with those ones is some of those do release toxins to try and inhibit growth of other corals. So if you're doing a mixed reef, it's usually wise to run carbon with some of those guys or ozone or something to break up those toxins. Dun, dun, dun. What's going on, Jay? Evening from the UK, Red Sea Nano Max XL with rock all in place. Nice. 4G Wi-Fi router on order. Oh, nice. Okay, I remember this now. Welcome. You're welcome. Dedicated Reefer, what's going on?
Nature. So what I was saying about Bay Area Reef,
Mhm.
his company is called Nature Dimensions, and he has a cool nano filter for this one uses an optical sensor, Dev. So there is actually an optical sensor that detects when the roll when the water is high,
Yeah.
and yep, dedicated reefer. Thank you. Yep.
Yeah, we're just showing off that beauty. It is pretty sweet.
I know. Hmm. I like it. Love it. I love it. Can't wait to go.
When's it coming to life?
I need to go pick it up at my LFS, so I'll probably pick it up Friday. And put it in the tank next week.
Is it going in your work tank or home tank?
Work tank.
Yeah, nice.
Yes.
No,
I
expect
will
photos.
talk to Chandler about doing something for the home tank.
Nice. What So what are you gonna do for corals on it?
Like you said, I was thinking about Cyphastria and some other things, some really thin. I don't know. It's probably going to be the. I don't know, Dev. I'm rethinking. I think on the top right, where there's like a pedestal, probably a torch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about it. Thinking about it.
I would do. There's that burning banana that's yellow and red that says super tiny. I think it's Jason Fox burning banana. I think it's called. Yeah, burning banana. I would do that one. I would probably do jack-o'-lantern leptocera. There's like Skittles, bombs, and all these kind of random ones that say super tiny, so you wouldn't lose too much detail. I would do all stuff like that.
Done.
It looks even better in person. The Night King is spot on. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. I'll think of more.
Burning bananas.
Yeah.
Oh, the burning banana stylo. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like orangey yellow with reddy polyps, and it stays super tiny.
Oh my gosh, that is so good. Yeah.
Yeah, I would do a bunch of those type of ones because then you'll keep all your detail.
Okay, perfect. Excuse me. Perfect. Done.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna do it.
Rogue, I'm getting shock from my tank. Have unplugged everything but can't find the culprit. Something has to be plugged in if you're still getting shocked. You could put a grounding probe in your tank, but you're best off figuring out what is leaking straight voltage to your tank and removing it. Could be a heater, could be a pump, could be a power head. Something's breaking down and leaking.
If you're getting shocked, then yes, something is plugged in. It might not be of a device that you see. Like have you ever done this, Devin? And I think every time I do like a rewire of my tank, don't you ever does this happen to you whenever you do a rewire, which happens for me once every 5 years? Don't you end up pulling out power supplies and stuff that nothing is plugged into, and you're like, huh? Does that ever happen to you?
It just slowly gets more chaos. Like it starts out so pretty, and as you change gear over time, it just becomes more of a rat's nest. And like once a year, I'll like redo it, make it pretty again.
Oh, you do it once a year. I'll do it once every 3-4 years.
It might be every couple years. I could be generous on that.
What happens is when I do the cleanup, I'll end up with like power supplies and power bricks, and I'm like, everything's on and working. What were these? Like, did I pull equipment off and forget to like plug it back in and got a different power supply?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what happened here, but yes, I'll end up with stuff.
That happens. I got a new fish the other day. I picked up a tiny Aptasia eating filefish to hopefully put a dent.
I thought we were doing the nudibranchs.
So I had 2 cultures. One of them bit the dust for some reason.
The one that was floating?
No, well, both had floaters, so that does make a difference. But, I opened it one day and the water was super funky, and I was like, and most of them bit the dust. So I did a big water change, and then hopefully there might be I think there might be a baby or 2 and some eggs in there, so we'll see. But the other container is still going strong. So we'll see. So my culture,
time to put them in.
My numbers have been knocked down, so I'm like, So in frustration, I decided to pick up an Aptasia eating filefish for now, and then eventually the nudies.
All right. I have a timely topic I want to bring up. We've gone through a heat wave here on the East Coast of the US. I don't know if it's out there yet, but what are some things you recommend to folks to help beat the heat with their reef tanks?
Computer fans, 100%. Evaporative cooling is probably the best way you can deal with things. So I conveniently have one. Like these are ones I printed off a while ago, and they can just sit on the edge of your tank, and there's just a computer fan on the back.
Yep.
And it just blows water at the surface, and it works well. But any type of fan, just forcing that evaporation is going to be your best bang for a buck.
So I have some doors open, right? So it's been really hot over here the last couple of days. So what you're looking at the top is I have the new Tunzi fan. You can see it there pointing at the surface.
Yep.
I think I told you that we learned from Roger that it's only 12 volts to make it run quiet, but you can go up to 24 volts. It's not as quiet. It's kind of a little bit noisy, but it runs much faster and much cooler. Yep. Then there is a specialized, evaporative cooling I am a big fan of. If somebody doesn't want to 3D print what you just did, there's a guy, Harry's Aquatics, that sells that fan for Apex to plug into like the DC24 port and for the hydros to use in the drive port. So there are people who sell those, that.
Yeah, and Harry actually lists the model for free, so you can just download off his website. Here, I'll link it in the thing.
Yeah, it's been hot. And you can see the light. Do you see the light there? Do you see like like something peeking out there. Wait, which way do I go? Do you see like a little red?
I do.
So I have a chiller. So I do have a chiller as a backup, and it's by the window, vents outside. What I realized, Dev, what I realized is
Suspense.
I am pulling air from outside. So I think I had an epiphany today, like, oh dude, you are fighting the heat. Like you are pulling in all this air with your skimmer, this 100-degree air from outside, and then you're forcing yourself to cool it. So I actually set up my hydros to I set up some timers and some virtual ports to actually turn off my skimmer when it's hot outside.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, because for those of you who are pulling in air from outside, and this also goes for the winter. I know to do this for the winter. I never thought about it for the opposite. In February, when it gets extremely cold, like you're burning electricity to heat the tank when you're pulling in 0-degree weather from outside to cool in the tank, right? So I actually do have a timer that turns it off based on the temperature. Turns it off certain times. But for those of you that are pulling in air from outside, like that might be something you're doing. You are pulling in hot air into the tank and then spending electricity and money to cool it. So the one thing I hate with the evap cooling is I gotta fill my ATO. Like even though I got a bigger ATO because now I have 2 fans. Hey fan, yeah. His geothermal cooling brought the tanks all the way down to 78.
Nice.
Jeez. So jealous, man.
Dan's got all the fancy.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Yeah.
Someone in the comment, I've heard of freezing RO water and putting that ice into the ATO. I mean, or just pop into the tank. You could even take any water in frozen water bottles and pop it in to cool the tank.
Yeah, I keep a frozen bottle. Yeah, I think now I have fans that are strong. Like my kid's 25 Lagoon, I have a strong enough fan that like cools the tank. So my tank is pretty, when it gets to 80, 81, the chiller comes on and helps. But for the most part, it is staying cool. I just want to do evaporative cooling before I had the chiller come on. But these last couple of days, I've had no choice.
Yeah. Do people lower salinity if temp rises too high? No. What would be the advantage of lowering salinity? Because someone said they'd lower my salinity to 1.024. I'm curious, what's your guys' logic on that? I've never heard of that before.
I've never heard of that before either. That's new to me.
Yeah, I mean, if you're forcing evaporation, you definitely want an ATO because your salinity's going to go up if you're evaporating and not replacing it. But if you have an ATO, then it should just keep itself balanced. Not having an ATO, that might make sense. That's all I got.
Yeah. To make up for and again, guys, this is going above and beyond what's normal. To make up for the fact that I'm not pulling in my skimmer, I'm dosing way more Kalkwasser now.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I only had my Kalkwasser dosing at night because I wanted to keep a cap on. I didn't want the fluctuations when I was dosing 2-part, but now I don't think I care. I want to dose as much Kalkwasser as possible. So I am having my Kalkwasser go through my ATO as much as possible.
Do you feed it through your ATO or do you have your ATO push through something?
No, sorry. I should have said, let me clarify. I am letting Kalkwasser do my top off as much as possible. Yes, I do have an ATO system, but I have a Kalkster with a Versa.
No, that's a good way to go. I was doing that for quite a while. It's a good system.
Yeah. That Versa runs.
It's a champ.
That Versa, when it's running through freshwater, I've been using that Versa since a week after it came out and only been pushing freshwater through it, and I still haven't changed the tubing yet.
Oh, yeah. I've never changed mine on my Calc one. Only the calcium reactor one's the only one that like
The
takes a
calcium
beating.
reactor one, because you're running tank water through it. That's the one that gets manky and could potentially rip if you don't change it. But yeah, the 2-part ones, I don't think I've ever changed them. And the one with fresh water, that one's been running, probably pushing anywhere from 4 to 5 liters a day, but probably sometimes up to 10 for 5 or 6 years now.
Yeah.
No changing.
I swapped whenever the Dose Koi drive came out. I decided to try that for the calcium reactor, and that was running basically since it came out up until maybe like a week or two ago, and I finally changed a head on it for the calcium reactor one. So it had a pretty good run.
So okay, so it works. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm pushing like 15 liters a day of tank water through it.
That's a lot.
Yep. Dun-dun-dun. Dose to push through the big ice capster runs constantly. Yeah, it all depends what you're putting through it. Like I find, most dosing or RDI perfectly fine, but for whatever reason, tank water or like the calcium reactor with like the lower pH, like it just takes more of a beating on the tubing for whatever reason. I'm pretty sure temp and salinity have an inverse relationship. I don't know.
Is that? Wait, is it because he's measuring specific gravity, which there might be some fluctuation depending on temperature?
Some of the meters are temperature relevant, right?
I only measure PPT salinity. I'm sorry, I don't do. I don't measure specific gravity.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Temperature. It doesn't change the amount of salt in the water, but impacts how the salt feels and behaves. Thermal expansion, evaporation, mixing, and
with
stratification.
This is something from 2014 I'm seeing on Reef to Reef. Don't know how true it is. With increasing temperature, salinity increases, and conversely, with decreasing temperature, salinity increasing. You ask why density. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure it. Yeah, I'm not sure if that affects anything I do with my tank. Just make sure that you're in the winter. I bring my water up to 77, right? When I'm mixing, maybe it's hotter in those. I don't know. I don't know if I do anything per se different.
This is like the AI Google results, but it says saltwater thermal expansion is the tendency of saltwater to expand in volume as the temperature increases. The expansion contributes to the global sea level rise, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I can't see it'd be such a small amount in our tanks, though.
I saw an answer from Randy Holmes Farley, right? And I'm going to say, while density changes a lot with temp, specific gravity does not, because you divide the density of the seawater by the density of the pure fresh water. Both of them change similarly with temp. And he's saying the reason this thread is like the problem with the tests that brought up conversation was the guy was using a refractometer that didn't have automatic temperature compensation. So most refractometers or automatic refractometers. Hey, Dev, this is my universal sign for when something is over my head, and this is over my head.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Good.
I know.
Asker boy. Power outage, good thing you have a battery backup. That's a good way to go. For return and wave maker. If your power's going to be out for a while, I'd even unplug the return and just have the wave maker. The biggest things is having flow for the corals and the fish so you don't run out of oxygen in the water.
True.
Yes.
That's true.
There's that's the biggest thing.
I hooked in the last couple of weeks, I hooked up I hooked up and set up someone's tank completely on the Kraken and programmed it and tested it where, hey, he had a battery backup, unplugged it, tested it. Man, that thing works.
Nice.
One, you can get rid of a lot of power breaks that way.
Yes. That's a double-edged sword. I love how much decluttering you can do in a stand, But then I also question, is all your eggs in one basket? If that buggers up, then all your stuff is off. It's 50,
Aren't
50.
all your, when you have it plugged into a controller, aren't all your eggs in one basket anyway? You either have it plugged into an energy bar or you have it plugged into the Kraken or whichever controller.
Fair.
So all your eggs are in one basket, and it's the same like fallback thing because of the apex.
Fair.
You have the fallback thing. So I get what you mean.
I see your logic. But you still have individual power supplies. I don't know. It's a trade-off. I do appreciate less clutter though, but I've always I always double-edged sword stuff. So
yeah. You're in IT. You need to think about that stuff.
Devil's advocate. Yeah, no, that's fair. I don't know. It's a trade-off.
It is.
But... intrigues me. So does it work well? Happy with it? Are you gonna get one?
Well, do it on one tank and not the other, and don't plug one wave maker in it. Like one wave maker. Do not plug one wave maker in it. Right? Your Ghani tank. I'm assuming the one tank in your office, like the main flow pump, like the MP40. Do not plug it in it.
They have battery backup though, so it's okay.
Yeah, see? I always try to put one pump even on a different circuit than the main tank.
It's a good way to go.
So if something, this is using a 20 amp breaker. So if this goes, there's still a pump that works.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to do it. If you have multiple circuits.
Yeah.
Mandarin Gobi, can I do macroalgae saltwater aquarium only using a plant light? Yes, you can. Dechlorinated tap water, you can, but I would still prefer RDI because you could be getting
you're going to get weird algae. So
likely.
that's all. You're going to get weird algae. But if it's only macroalgae, yes. There is someone I see at the show called the Macroalgae lady who has these displays with all macroalgae, and they look beautiful.
I would love to do one of those with like pipe horses and all that stuff one day, like pipe fish and different things. I think that'd be cool.
Yep. Wait, there's a question by Jay that I missed. My tanks are close to a window that's regularly open and very close to a busy road. Should I worry with a filter on the skimmer intake? I live in New York City, and I'm pretty sure we have more smog and exhaust than you, and I don't do it. So
probably not required, but it never hurts. Like when I used to suck in outside air from the side of my house, like I put a little carbon bag just on there just in case they're like spraying pesticides or something to kind of filter that out. Just because you never know. You're probably fine, but you never know.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I don't think exhaust and all that stuff for driving by would be that big of a deal. But yeah, if someone's like spraying something around you or they're spraying for bugs or something, like I think that's the danger zone where potentially.
Yeah, I'm on the third floor, but if I was on the first floor, I'd be worried about bugs, period. Like there should be some filter on it.
Like I know some places like spray for mosquitoes and they do different stuff like that, right? Like those pesticides is more what would worry me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, the tank's looking good.
It's looking good.
Oh, well, yeah.
Looking mighty fine.
Yeah.
Mighty fine. So hopefully my Aptasia eating foulfish is eating Aptasia. I speculate he is, but I haven't. Oh, I'm pretty sure he's eating it. He's picking at the sand bed.
There you go. You did the small one.
Yeah, just a wee one. He's so slow. He just sits there and stares at it for a while and eventually goes for a nip.
Did you send me a message on Signal or something?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
How are the Ghanies doing? The Ghanies are 99% wonderful. I have one that's not fully opening, but it's still super colorful. It just opens a smidge. But otherwise, every other Ghani is looking pretty happy. The only problem is my 10,000 Aptasia. But otherwise, the Ghanies are good. And the torches are doing phenomenal as well.
I'm sorry, you sent me a bunch of messages and I missed them.
Well, it's too late now.
I know. I'm sorry. Sorry, Devin. I let you down.
That's okay. You're only 1 minute late. You're good.
Uh-oh, what do you got new? I don't have anything new.
You have the same thing.
Oh.
just gonna snap a quick photo of the tank.
So nice. I know, right? Oh, I'm so jealous. So jealous.
What are you jealous of?
You have something. You have all the things.
You have all the things too. But yeah, so
Yeah.
overall it's doing pretty darn good. Like the torches are doing phenomenal, you know, like 99% of the Ghanies. That little guy right up here has wicked color, but it's the only one that's not like fully extending. All the other ones are open and happy everywhere and nice, like really nice colors popping in them.
All right. I'm trying to follow a thread that I think Blizzard Reef. He said Richard V. I use Alpha Reef with C-Lab 28. I'm not sure what C-Lab 28 is.
I don't know what that is either.
C-Lab 28. I have no idea what that is.
Once this thing comes out, it's a pretty cool coral viewer, for the record. I love that.
I know, I like it. It's an automatic replenisher. Oh, okay. So I guess it's Alpha Reef. Okay. Just Alpha Reef. He said he's on day 2 of Rally Reef Pro on his display. Never used it. I'd have no idea what that is.
Phil, it's old school. It dissolves and adds trace. Oh, I vaguely recall that actually. Jay, 42 watching, only 8 likes. Enjoy that like button, guys. Keeps the Google gods happy.
Reefkeeper said it's old school. It dissolves and adds trace elements. Okay.
I vaguely recall that there used to be a bunch of dissolvable products. Like there was like ones.
Yeah, I used to use the Zeovit ones, the tablets. You put them in the sump and they just do. Oh, Reg chiming in. C-Lab 28 is not something I'd ever recommend to someone.
I've never heard of it until today.
Yeah.
Calcium blocks. Interesting.
Colton W. What size tube for a DIY calc starter? Does 1.5 liter sound right? The smallest they have asked, the K1 has 8 liters, but is rated for a tank. Yeah, I think that one is fine. It's just how much you dose put through it.
Yeah, the rating doesn't really tell you a lot, to be honest. Like, I feel like they're all just made up.
Yeah, I know. Maybe. I think you're fine. I think if I had a bigger tank over 200 gallons, I'd probably go for the bigger one, but that small one is fine. Yeah. By the way, I've been using the small one, and I actually got it custom made where I had them chop it small because I wanted the calc that's those things to be more potent. That thing has been running nonstop for 5 years. I haven't replaced the motor. Earlier this year, I ordered a replacement motor in a panic because I thought it stopped working. When I was going to unplug it to replace the motor, I realized the darn thing was unplugged. When I was messing with my controller, I had unplugged it. So I plugged it back in, working. So that replacement motor is going in storage.
It's good to have a backup.
Yeah.
Queen Bleh of Ghosting. Are chalices sensitive? I don't find them overly sensitive. I find them to be relatively hardy overall. What about you? Thoughts?
Excuse me. Carol has said if you use C-Lab, you're going to end up with sky-high calcium. Someone said they're calcium block. They call them snake oil block.
Nice.
I guess it's one of those old thing like the Eco Aqualize. You remember those old school things that people said they solved all these problems?
Yeah, it's all questionable. Okay, what are your thoughts on lye and soda ash 2-part dosing? Lye is magical for pH, but it's very nasty stuff. I've dabbled with it. I don't use it all the time. I have in the past. Definitely be cautious if you are doing it because that can melt your skin off. Very lovely stuff. Wear gloves, wear glasses if you're mixing it. Use cautiously.
Is that sodium hydroxide? Yes, what is lye?
It's they use it for making soap, which is ironic, but it's sodium hydroxide. It's extremely high pH stuff, so it's very caustic.
Yeah.
So it is magical for pH, but be very, very cautious with it. Especially if kids or dogs or pets around. And if you are mixing it, wear gloves, wear glasses, don't get on you.
I think I used it once, and I think I used it to, someone gave some of it to me to kill Aptasia, and I went generous with it, and then I measured my alk, and it was
Sky high.
like 15.
I believe it. Blizzard Reef. I'm constantly trying to keep my nitrates and phosphates from bottoming out. Dosing all for Reef, Neo, and Phos. Is there a one dose solution? I'm not aware of any that are dosed both at the same time, other than just like feeding heavier.
Yeah, I would feed heavier. Hey, give me 1 second. Let me. Give me 1 second, Dave. I have a solution.
All right. John, 400-gallon tank, no algae, almost all coral and growing to ICP. Hannah, another test. Phosphate is showing 1.25 to 1.3, not 0.125, a full point. You know what? If your corals are happy, rock it. Like they will adapt to a lot of different numbers and a lot of different situations. And if you have more corals, they're just going to suck it up and be happy. So it works. I think Sanjay has like crazy high nutrients as well, and he runs high flow, high nutrients. It's all happy.
If you are tired of dosing the Brightwell Brightwell has the professional, which is 5 times concentrated, so you're dosing way less. This is actually a better value. I got this at the show a couple years ago. I never ended up having to use it because all I did was just set my auto feeder to feed every 2 hours, and that kind of But Brightwell has the 5 times professional strength, so you're not dosing as much.
Yes.
Yep. So this is what I would do for professional use only. Wow.
Yep. Dun dun dun. Supplementary relief or dissolve your body. Yeah, close. PP is important if you're playing with it. Like, just trust me on it.
Multiple areas in Ohio went under a boil advisory after a night shift water treatment employee was found dead in a tank. Oh gosh.
Not so lovely.
Well, hey, is what's the name? Hold on. Is Blizzard Reef in Ohio? Because then might be extra. I know I shouldn't do it. I'm sorry. I take it back. That's a bad joke. I'm sorry, guys.
Dang. Crazy.
I know. That was really bad of me. I'm sorry.
There's people on Dan's corals now. Dedicated Reaver, thank you for the $5 super chat. Much appreciated.
No, I'm sorry. Blizzard, you're in Long Island? Did we meet at RAP? Dev, it's always interesting when you meet someone at RAP and we're exchanging like names, and like the girlfriends or the spouses are looking like, what do you guys, these weird names, like what's that? And we're like, oh, it's like Instagram or something name.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, there's so many people. It's like I know their username more than I know like anyone's real names because I see them all the time or chatting and stuff. So it's funny.
Yeah. You've heard of Sabella Fella.
Yeah.
I learned. Yeah. I finally learned his real name. I'm sure I do, but like Chris.
Yeah, that sounds right, Chris Sabella. I forgot it. Yeah. You just reminded me about it. Hey, he's a nice guy. He's a good guy.
Oh, yeah. People, your IG names, I know. It's always interesting. Like you see the spouses, and the spouses are like, huh? What do you guys, who's that?
I was laughing. I was at like a park the other day, and my kid walks up to another kid. It's like, hi, want to play with me? Want to be my friend? You're friends now. Da da da. And the dad's like, it's just that easy to make friends, eh? It's like, yep. Yeah, it's funny. Say you just reef tank, someone just mentions like reef or coral, and you're just automatically friends. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty close.
That's exactly how it goes. Hey, you keep a tank? Well, it's a good conversation starter, and you know where to go.
Oh yeah, I was at a meeting, like not a meeting, but like a talk thing at a lawyer's office the other day, and it was like, around like AI and like business growth and all this other stuff. And all of a sudden, one of the guys mentioned something about diving, and then other buddy's like, "Oh, he hasn't put an aquarium in the office." And then me and the guy are like geeking out over diving and coral for the next 20 minutes. You just never know. It totally brings people together.
One of my coworkers, she's like, "Oh yeah, my dad keeps fish," and she's like, "Oh, he's not as obsessed as you, but her dad is a saltwater aquarium and he keeps yellow tags and zoas."
Oh,
and
he
like,
is then.
Yes.
Yep. No, it's
Yep.
awesome. I love it.
Yeah, Josh Allen. That's the quarterback for the Bills. So yeah, that's Josh Allen, and then Blizzard Reef. He's from Long Island.
Nice. Perfect. Okay, Omar. Hello, trying to see if I keep the lunar cycle in my XR15. Does it help maybe for spawning? Yes, spawning is where you would reap the benefits of doing the lunar cycles.
Yep. I think though you need to have light discipline because once you turn, from what I understand, like from watching some of Richard Ross's stuff and from some of the other spawners, I think light discipline. Like you need to maintain light discipline, like temperature and light discipline.
That being
Especially
said,
coming up to spawning time.
I do not have light discipline, and I've had coral spawn.
Really? Must be the water up in Canada.
I've had my acro spawn in my water box under my ReefDudes schedule. ReefDudes schedule's Trident 2, man. Here. I Instagrammed it like ages ago. It was a few months back. Let me find it.
It's called the ReefDudes schedule.
ReefDudes ready on schedule. Can't miss it.
Oh my gosh.
I've been using it for years. It's tried and true. Corals have spawned. It's been officially
validated. Here's the AI
now.
overview. ReefDudes provide a modified EUV schedule for a reef aquarium.
Even AI knows it's good.
Dudes, the schedule features a slow ramp up and ramp down to extend the viewing steer while still maintaining a peak output. Oh my gosh. See? You can find a full schedule of instructions on how to import it to your Radiant using ReefLink on the ReefDudes website. Are you kidding me?
Even AI knows what's up.
Are you kidding me?
Look at all those coral gametes.
Oh.
It's like a snow globe in there. Isn't that crazy though? I thought it was super cool. Corals need love too, oh. Those faces. I thought it was pretty awesome to see corals spawn in my tank.
Did your corals spawn after a water change?
I don't think so. I came home one day and thought my wife dumped food in the tank or something, and then I realized it was coral spawning. Rock flowers, I'm pretty sure have spawned correlated with a water change / moon cycle. The acros just did it on their own though. You had
multiple rock flowers spawn because you ended up with a lot of babies when you had that big rock flower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was really cool to see. Somebody got macro photos where I actually caught one of like the polyp releasing the egg. It was super cool to see. I got some macro video of that somewhere.
So jealous. So jealous.
You need to do a planted freshwater aquarium again. One day. I was hardcore into it before saltwater, but coral's more fun. Or macroalgae saltwater. Yeah, maybe that one day. Which coral did spawn? It was the Miyagi tort.
And it was only one that spawned.
Well, that I'm aware of. It was the only one I saw. But the cool thing is, I had that start as a teeny frag back in my Red Sea Nano, and now it's like massive. So I've had that coral for like quite a while.
Ooh. You would think I'll be able to take that across the border?
It's a tricky one.
All right.
My middle name is Toadstool. That's amazing. I'd love to witness it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's like a reef life goal checklist. It's like, yes, corals have spawned in my tank. So it's cool.
Yeah.
Multiple different corals over the years, which is fun.
Elisa said, ew, freshwater.
What happened to ORP? I'm going to assume it dropped, but I don't think I actually paid attention to it at the time. Do rock flowers need a mate? Yes, you do need male and female.
How do you know which is which? Or you don't?
I can only tell if I see it spawning, because you can see them like stretching up and like releasing like their love juice into the water. So you'll see the males do that. And then the females will actually, once they do have babies, they'll hide underneath the petals of the female. So as they're spawning or, when they're having babies, then you could tell, but I don't know how to tell aside from that.
Oh.
So I can tell like long term, but short term, I don't know how you tell. You just need a couple.
Oh my gosh, Kumar. Seriously?
Well, then you need more than 2. Go for the threesome.
Oh man.
I don't know what else to help you with on that one. But yeah, no, it is cool. If you have enough rock flowers, they will spawn. Yeah. Acros, I don't know if I did anything special, but you know, my tank just does its normal thing, and you know, obviously loves the ReefDudes schedule as much as AI, and they spawn, so it was cool.
Do you have a Trident NP?
Yes.
Have you done the new calibration?
No, I ran out of reagent
Oh,
a while ago, and I haven't got any new one yet.
I actually need
one day I'll get some again. It's because no one locally stocks it, and I tried to order it somewhere from the US, and they're like, "Oh, we don't ship to Canada." I was like, pfft, and I just haven't finished it yet.
So how are you gonna get it?
I mean, I'll get some eventually. It's just been.
So when you came to what's the name? Why you didn't get a bunch?
Bad planning.
When you came to Orlando, dude.
Bad planning.
Yeah, but you could have asked me, man.
I did not think about it.
Oh, dude. I don't think you can ship it air. I think it needs to be shipped ground.
I think that's the problem.
So, hey, let me know if you need something. Hey, you have
they'll sell it in Canada. I just
you have a controller I need.
Trade for trade.
Hey, let me know if you're interested, man.
The funny thing is, I can probably even ship some to your house, and you could just reship it to me.
Let me know. Let's talk offline. I got you.
All right. Got it. So yeah, it's on the future to-do list.
I'll send it ground. It'll be slow to Kenna, but yeah.
I've been out for like 2 months. It's not like it's in a big rush.
But don't do Dev, like do a bunch.
Yeah, and I'll do like
when
2 or 3.
When it comes, I'll put it in some kind of container again for you, and reship it.
I mean, you can ship it. There's nothing stopping it. It's just logistically.
I'll ship it. Just
Caleb, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, you don't need new iPhone lenses. Don't post anything. You know what?
You know what though? I don't know. I would buy the Max Specs one that comes out. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I can't find mine. She's right. I don't use it enough. I'm in the middle of mixing up the new Trident batch.
Well, yes. Solid. Yeah, it's weird though with some of the things that you like just can't get. They won't ship across the border, but you can buy it here anyways. It doesn't make sense. I don't fully get it.
Oh, so it's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Like I can buy it from like out east in different places, but
is it expensive?
Yes.
Okay.
$85.
Wow.
For
Canadian?
I know. That's why I'm buying it.
Wow.
Yeah, I can get it cheaper in the US.
Hey, if you're gonna do what we say, please do like 4, where you have like 4 times 4 for a 2-month kit. You have enough for 4 times 2, 8 months.
Most of the year, yeah, probably. We'll do that.
My gosh, do a year.
Does it expire? That's the question.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, you know who to ask. You know, I'm sure there's someone you can ask.
Yeah, we'll get that worked out. I was watching shrimps are super expensive in Australia. It's weird though, because you can get like micromuses for like almost free there, but then you get, you know, like a flame angel or like certain shrimps, and they're a small fortune in Australia. Whatever is local is cheap, realistically. I've been still trying to hunt for the good Aptasia eating peppermint shrimp, but I haven't found any local ones yet. Not the good kind, at least.
Someone said, is it Reef Keeper? You mentioned this morning you're using the Max Spec Craper. Do you find it very thick and not ideal if your corals are close to the glass? Is it around the same size as others? Hang on 1 second. I'm going to go get it. Give me a sec. This can be a demo. Hold on.
All right. While we're waiting, Final Mac, methods for eliminating pulsing exenia. I haven't tried this, but I bet you fabenzidol would probably get rid of them. I know it can take out clove polyps in a tank, and it seems similar. So I speculate it might work on pulsing xenia as well. Alyssa, have you not put any nudies in yet? I put in 1 or 2, and I've been holding off on the rest just because I was trying to get them to breed first.
It's a little thicker than the flipper, but not by much.
Oh,
about the same size as the same size as the Tunzi. So
do you have yours, Andy?
Yes.
Okay.
I love mine. It's worked well so far. I was this morning, I think it was yesterday morning, I was talking to someone. I think it was Acro Killer, and I was like, ooh, because I was scraping the glass, and I was like, oh, it's doing the thing that the other ones do, and I was kind of disappointed. And what I realized is that There are 4 little pressure points that touch the outside glass, the outside magnet, and I hadn't cleaned the outside of my glass, so the outside was what was streaking.
Not the inside?
No, not the inside, and I freaked out too early. I freaked out too easy. I jumped the gun, so you might expect.
Oh, that happens.
Yes.
Okay. Alyssa, Angel plus dewormer will take care of Xenia. Yeah, so that's fibenzidol. It's kind of basically dusted with, so same thing. Caleb, I have a saltwater tank in my office at work if you ever want to come check it out. Add a little one in there. It's cool. No, but Pirates Reef is. Dun, dun, dun.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. I didn't come home with any goodies, any real goodies. I don't think so. I think I was too busy at the show. Came up with a lot of t-shirts, I will say. Serious Reef t-shirts. A Biz t-shirt. Alex from A Biz was there. I did meet the owner of Deltech. Had a good conversation with him. He was asking, about Deltech, and I told him, in my opinion, like Deltech was always a premium brand. I think just support has been an issue, right?
Yeah.
In the US for a while, because I think the one time I took a chance, Marine Depot used to distribute Deltech, and I took a chance on Deltech, and then when I hit up Marine Depot after like a year, I needed some parts. They were like, "We don't distribute anymore. We don't have parts." So I think Deltech is still seen as a premium brand, just hard to get parts.
Did you ask them about that at the show? Like, do they have?
Oh, we had a conversation. We had a frank conversation about it.
And is there any hope or
he's working
progress
on
for
it.
having?
He's working on it. He's working on it. He's like, worldwide, that's my number one goal, to have parts available when users need it. So he's working on it.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah.
33-gallon small for fairy wrasse. Stock handy is for my Max XL. I would say that's probably on the lower side.
Nanomax XL.
Yeah.
That's the Red Sea.
I think so. I mean, there's smaller and larger fairy wrasses too, right? So it kind of depends on which one specifically. Like there is some that say smaller, and some that get a lot bigger. So it really depends. If you're looking at like a redhead one like I have, or some of like the other ones, like they get pretty big, but there's definitely smaller ones.
Does the Red Sea Max Nano, does it come with a light? Does it come with the light? It comes with. Oh, it does have a light.
Okay, this is a good one for you, O. Do either Dev or O know anyone that's using the AlcoWiz calcium reactor controller? If so, what is there to say about it?
Greg Carroll. Make sure you ask Greg. Greg is the only person I know who has it.
Greg's in the chat, so
he might be on his way home. I don't know, but I know Greg has it. I don't know if he's using it yet, but I trust the AquaWiz Reef Keeper, so I'm not sure why I would not use the capture controller, right? So
is it an add-on or is it its own mini AquaWiz?
It's an add-on that basically control. It connects with the AquaWiz, and Greg is the only person I know who has it. It was on display at the show, but I'm not using a calcium reactor, so it was, I wasn't paying too much attention. But Greg is the only person I know who has it.
Okay. Set and forget your calcium reactor. Novel flow and CO2 control. Okay, so basically has a dosing pump through it and probably reads.
Did you hook up your AquaWiz yet?
Yeah, I hooked it up like the first week.
I was explaining to a few people at the show is when I first got the AquaWiz, I remember taking a screenshot. I was like, this is worrying me because the numbers are off. You know what I realized? What? The AquaWiz is taking
hourly
readings every hour. So if you dose 2-part, it's going to, if you dose 2-part, it's going to, yes.
Yeah, I actually hardly ever use the actual Aquas app because I just pipe it into the Apex's
That
pH
me
port,
too.
and I just use that for everything. Yeah, it even signed me out of the app. I haven't used in so long. But yeah, I do that, and then I can just see the trends right inside of the Apex.
So for me, oh gosh, my KH, my kids KH, and my KH and my kid weird, getting out of hand. I don't know why the alkaline. It's saying the alkalinity in my kid's tank is 11.
Is it? Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know.
Now, if you almost got to spot check it, just double check. Do you, that's the funny thing. It's been on my to-do list for like a month to like spot check it and just like recalibrate the pH on mine, or not, sorry, the alkalinity.
Oh, the alkalinity?
Yeah, just to like, because you're supposed to do it after a month or so, and this hasn't been done yet.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to see how long it can go.
Phil, are you getting one or do you have one already? What are you getting, Phil? Oh, probably the calcium reactor controller. I'm guessing he's looking up. If you don't have an aquarium controller, it's a good way to do it. If you already have an aquarium controller, then it's just really easy to plug in your regulator into the power bar and just say, if pH is less than, turn on. If it's higher than, turn off.
Yeah, I think there's some. I think my kids KH care just needs calibration. There's something in it that needs calibration. I think it's just
Dun, dun, dun.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. So new cool aquascape. Got the calcium reactor controller. Any other funky gear? I guess you're like working a booth, so you didn't like wander around as much. But
I don't think there was anything new there. I think Ecotech didn't have anything. What's the name? Still had the what do you call it again? The Maven on display with some of the changes they spoke about recently.
What they changed? Who knows?
I'm not following it too close. No, I'm not following it too close. Okay. I've decided I'm not getting too close to the device. It's been a year, so.
How was giving away money with Ryan?
Sounds like fun. Was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. It was fun. It was definitely fun hanging with him. It was also, we took over the entire hibachi restaurant. It was Hillary Waterlog's birthday, so we sang her happy birthday, which was always cool.
Nice.
Like, that's her. We're singing her happy birthday, and she is being giddy. And then, the other table with everyone, that's Terrence, Ryan, Anand. Yeah, it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Fun was that. How was it giving away money with Ryan?
I like giving away stuff. It's fun.
Who doesn't like giving away stuff? Hey, guess who else I met? I met a few people who so you remember there's a guy, what's his name? Mad Hatter's Reef was there selling coral. So I met Mad Hatter's Reef.
Nice.
So Jeff? That was cool. Yes.
Jeff has
Mad Hatter's Reef.
Yeah.
Yep. Guess who else I also met? Reefer Matt. There's a guy who makes videos, Reefer Matt. I think he's in Michigan.
Nice.
Reefer Matt. If you're not following, please give him a follow. But if you search for Reefer Matt, you're probably going to get the Reef Mat. But
I got filter rollers.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check him out after. Nice.
Yeah, but Reefer Matt, he think he's from Michigan. Reefer Matt. Is it Reefer Matt? Reefer Matt. Yep, two separate words. M-A-T-T. Reefer Matt. Yeah, so I'm subscribed to him. He's good. I think I also saw Joey.
Yeah.
You know who Joey is? The Coral Reef Talk. I met him in Orlando. And nice. Yes. Yep. So I met him in Orlando, but it's always fun to see
Yeah. Good times.
I've been watching the Coral Reef Talk for a while. for a while when he changed houses. You know what? It's amazing how you follow people, and you are
You feel like you
almost
know
like
them.
you know what? It's the first time meeting him,
Yep.
and it almost felt. Listen, I talk too much, and I'm a very energetic person. But I'm meeting him, and I'm talking to him. And I'm sure the guy's like, "Why does this guy sound like he stalks me?" You know.
You're like, I've been watching him for years.
Yes, I've been watching you for you. I remember when you moved, when you went to that new house. It probably sounds weird in any other context but reefing. That probably sounds weird.
You know, if people videoed the whole thing, though, then, you know.
Yeah, in any other context, it sounds weird. But
yeah, that's fair. It is interesting, though. Like, even for me, like, there's a tons of people, and, you know, they know, like, more about me than I know about them, obviously. It's like, oh, I know as a username, and they, like, know everything about it. It's funny. It's interesting. So it's kind of funky to get the both sides of it, too, right?
yes, I went to a store. It so happens that when I'm wife in the store, people are like, "Hey, I hear his voice. It's ReefingWithO."
Hey, ReefingWithO.
Yeah, and my wife is like, "What are the why?"
Yep, love it.
I know it's
your voice is
hobby.
very recognizable too, though.
Oh, thanks. Are you trying to say I'm loud? Thanks.
Very soothing.
Listen, this hobby is based on Orlando and New York. This hobby is absolutely thriving. I love and appreciate each and every one of you and all the relationships. I can't wait to go to California to see Reef Keeper again because I didn't see him last year. So I'm really excited to see him this year. Alyssa, I see you so much. It's always fun seeing like all the people at New York Stilo, Lakeside Reefing, even the people. It's always fun seeing you guys, man. It's really, really fun seeing you guys. I love each and every one of you, man. Each and every one of you. It's like you see folks and you're like, when I saw Rhino's Reef, I was looking at his stuff. I was like, hey, I got one of your things. I use it. And he's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, it's a black one. He's like, you sure you didn't get it from Chris Clevin? I'm like, no, I know Chris Clevin's work different than yours. This is yours. And he's like, yeah, that must have been a version 1. And come on, man.
Okay, Kumar, have people asked for selfies with you in public, not at a reefing event?
Yes. I'll tell you a story.
Yeah.
I was in Manhattan Aquariums once years ago, and there was a guy who was buying something, and he bought a bunch of stuff. The guys at the fish store spent like an hour helping him, and he made a big purchase and he left.
Yeah.
But when he was leaving, he's like, and he was asking me my opinions and stuff, and I felt really uncomfortable. I kept referring him to the employees because, to be honest, the employee at Manhattan Aquariums, he's who I get my advice from for fish because he's been doing fish for years. So I felt really uncomfortable, like someone asking me to fact check him. I was like, no, Morris knows what he's doing. Like, Morris is who I ask. Well, I know I'm calling names now, but the guy's name who worked in Manhattan Aquariums was Morris. I was like, yeah, Morris is who I ask when I need fish advice. So yeah, you can trust Morris. So when I was leaving, after these guys had helped, when I was leaving, I think he gave me $50 or $100. He's like, hey, here's an in-person super chat. Now,
nice.
I felt terrible. I ended up using it to buy food for, lunch for everyone, but it's kind of weird. Like, I don't work there. I was just hanging out.
Crazy. That's cool.
So yes, I've had people ask me for selfies outside a few times, but at reefing events all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I've only had it at reefing events. Not at a fish store reefing event. Nobody knows who I am. But I've had like random, like, hey, ReefDudes at like a fish store or something like that. It's from like random people I don't really know that knew me. So I was like, that's kind of fun. But yeah. Reefing event, tons. Outside of it, not so much.
Yep.
This is a very niche hobby.
The one thing I'm going to say about myself is I think I'm pretty consistent is what I'm going to say, because I think when someone asks me about something, they're like, I think people have, when they'll take a guess, I think most of the time they're pretty spot on. And it's happy to know that I'm like sort of like the equipment guy. I'm happy. I think I'm happy with that label. I'll take it. I think I'll take it.
Yeah.
I think I'll take it. I think I'll own it.
Do it.
I'll own it.
Alyssa was my first random airport selfie.
Yeah. Alyssa.
Yep.
Love hanging out with Alyssa. She's so energetic.
Oh, she's amazing.
Remember the bow in Orlando. Did you come off a bow with us? No, Devin didn't hang with us. He was hanging with the cool Aperture people.
Yeah, because they were my ride and I was staying with them.
Yeah, okay. But bow was so good in Orlando. And then California, we had Mexican food, tacos los cholos.
Never been there.
I'm telling you, Cali's the show to be.
I'm gonna try and do Cali this year. It'll be fun. It'll probably be like bring the family and sneak in a couple days at Disney to make it work, but go do what you gotta do. It will be fun. It'll be good times. Good times. Okay, do gotta wrap her up soon though. So if we have not answered any questions in the chat, now's the time to re-ask them.
So Greg knows the best food. Yes, he does.
Yes. Greg will be our delicious tour guide. Might as well Disneyland is right there. Yeah, exactly. So I feel that's going to be the key to making it work out.
Down the street, actually. It is down the street.
Yep.
Yeah, it's down the street. Oh, there's a question. Do you know anything about hooking the Quanta Helix light up to a Wi-Fi dimmer?
I do not. I have not tried those ones.
I don't know. Well, 0 to 10 is a controller. I know you can hook it up, but it should work. Please don't take my word for it. There's a lot of people who are better with that stuff than I am. But 0 to 10 volt dimmers sounds like it would work.
I mean, most aquarium controllers have a 0 to 10 volt output, which in theory should work. I don't know about a standard dimmer, though. It's a wild card on that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's the Quanta Helix? Are those the strip lights?
I'm just Googling it now. I think so. I've tried a different brand that looks very similar, but I have not used the Quanta specifically. I think the one I used was called like Nico Bar or something like that. They looked very, very similar design though.
Wait, Mina is asking a very important question.
Okay.
I have my cousin's wedding on Saturday, Wrath of California. Should I cancel? Cancel the wedding or cancel Wrath? I'm not sure what you're asking.
Well, that sounds like you still have Saturday free.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what Mina's asking.
How close are you to your cousin? Which one are you canceling?
I'm not sure what he's asking.
I will not give family advice on this stream.
Yes, I've gotten myself in trouble. And my wife is sitting right here.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out tonight, as always. Dedicated Reefer. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Oh, thanks for joining me, as always.
Hey, I appreciate you having me.
Always good times. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out tonight. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. You're new, subscribe. And we will catch you on next week's live stream. Cheers.
All right.